Hi guys, 2 years ago I was suffering trying to express myself in English. I couldn't have meaningful conversations with people in English because honestly my level of English was not that good. Now, 2 years after, I can express myself in English with a lot of confidence. I can have meaningful conversations. And guys, I recently took the IELTS exam and I got an advanced level of English. So in this video, I am going to tell you how I did to become fluent in English on my own, because I did the process on my own, guys, and I think you can do your process on your own as well. You don't have to pay for expensive teachers. You don't have to invest a lot of money. The only investment that you have to do is your time, because English requires time. Okay, so let's begin this conversation with a video of me speaking in English 2 years ago. I want you to watch this video. Hi everyone, I am so happy to be with you, and also I hope you are going through a great weekend. Sometimes we are facing difficult situations, sometimes we have to going through different problems, and in that moment we don't know. Okay guys, what do you think about my level of English at that moment? Guys, I have to admit that in that video I memorized what I was saying. And also, guys, I made some mistakes. For instance, I said that times. That's incorrect, right? Because times is plural. So I should have said those times. So, guys, my level of English 2 years ago was not good. Okay, so how I did to become fluent in English? Well, guys, I am going to share with you 4 strategies that you have to do in a day-to-day basis. Guys, I incorporated these 4 strategies into my daily routine. It's important that you do that in a day-to-day basis, okay? So let's begin with those 4 strategies. I have here the 4 strategies, and let's start with the first one, the speaking skills. Guys, the speaking skills, I would say, are the most important skills you have to develop in English, okay? You have to find a partner with whom you are going to speak in a day-to-day basis. You have to find a partner with whom you are going to have meaningful conversations. For instance, last year, I spent almost all the year speaking with someone in a day-to-day basis in English. I found someone on italki, because on italki, it's a platform in English. You can find professors, very cheap professors for instance, $6 1 hour. So it's not expensive, guy. It's something that you can pay. So guys, find a partner to speak in English, okay? Find a partner with whom you are going to have conversations in a day-to-day basis. You can find also some partners for free in some web pages or some platforms where there are people who want to speak a different language from one another. For instance, you can find a partner who is trying to learn Spanish and you want to learn English, and you can share knowledge and you can teach one another, guys. So that's the idea, and in those platforms you can find a partner for free, okay? But it's important that you can find a partner to speak on a daily basis. My second recommendation is listening. You have to listen to English conversations. There are many English conversations on YouTube. There are interviews, there are podcasts in English, and you have to try to get used to listening different types of accents, guys. British accents, American accents, and so forth, okay? So please practice your listening skills. Then, guys, the third is very important, okay? You have to learn grammar and vocabulary. Guys, English is challenging. You have to buy a book of grammar rules, you have to buy a book of vocabulary, and you have to study the grammar rules and the vocabulary every day. Guys, I sometimes I know that there are many people who say that if you want to improve your English skills, you have to watch movies in English or you have to watch Netflix. Guys, English is serious, English is challenging. So you have to study seriously. You have to buy a book and you have to practice grammar rules and you have to practice vocabulary. That's the only way to learn English. Okay? And finally, guys, my last activity is reading. It is important for you to read in English, okay? So you have to find articles in English that are very interesting to you. You have to find some news that are going to be attractive to you, and you have to try to read on a day-to-day basis in English, okay? So those are my 4 strategies that you have to practice in a daily basis. That's important. Speaking, listening, grammar and vocabulary, and reading, okay? And I am going to share with you an additional strategy, and maybe it's not a strategy, it's more a sentiment that you have to develop for the English language, okay? That is passion and obsession. Guys, last year I was obsessed with English. I was obsessed with my learning process. Why? Because I understood that English is really beautiful. I understood that English is a language that sounds really good, really, it's really a really different language from Spanish. The pronunciation is different. And I also understood that English would be a potent tool for me to communicate with people from all over the world from different backgrounds. And I would be able to communicate with people from different cultures. So that is really a winning factor, right? That's a really an important factor to love English, to try to learn English. Also, in my case, for instance, English was very important for my job because I really needed to speak in English on a day-to-day basis with many co-workers around the globe. Okay, so guys, I understood the importance of English, and because of that, I developed that obsession for English. So you really have to develop that sentiment of love, obsession, passion for the English language so that you can enjoy your learning process. Okay, that's the key factor, the key step that you have to do. Okay, so thank you so much for watching this video. I'm really happy to share with you my learning process. It was not that easy, it was difficult, but it's possible. Okay, so guys, God bless you and see you on the next video.